Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Wait. I forgot what we were doing. It's been a while.
You still have to find...
Oh, right. We made the bell. We were going to go deliver this.
Deliver what?
We made the, like, bell clapper, so we're going to go deliver it.
Oh, well, wait. We're going to actually be able to ring the bell then.
Yeah.
The one that's having that... What was it? That one side door that was locked? Yes.
It's been a little bit. We record this game in very large chunks. I don't know. Oops. That's the wrong button. Attack. Yeah, when did we last record this? It was...
definitely before the demos.
Yeah.
I
think it was
Winter
like
Steam
Monday or Tuesday last week.
Demo Festival came out, so you're just trying demo after demo after demo.
Yeah. I've just kind of forgotten life before. I don't know. I was talking to my YouTube manager about this and how...
Technically former YouTube manager though, right?
No, still active.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the program kind of ended, but we're just kind of on a weird informal, like, he likes talking to me. And I'm super down with it because it's just kind of fun to talk to someone within YouTube.
Well, especially because you also glean some insights as to what they're prioritizing and what they're trying to work with to make their platform more appealing.
Yeah.
What would you say are the things that YouTube could work on?
I bring back auto ad playlists. I miss it so much. Let's see. Gosh, what else could they do?
For those of you who don't know what it is, you know how there are playlists with videos in a series put into it, but
they used to have it so you could have like terms. So
if something was in the title, if they shared the same title, it would automatically put it into it. Is that what it was?
Yep.
But now you have to do it manually.
It's like, it's not so bad to do it manually.
Maybe it's because it wasn't detecting it properly. But then again, every time we upload videos, maybe it depends on what words and what combinations. Because I could see if someone had a playlist with more common letter or words, that more playlists might accidentally go into. Well,
oh yeah, I mean I've had that
go
happen not infrequently where I just have the wrong thing. Like, you know, what's a good example?
Let's go say if you had a Star Wars game and a Guild Wars game, would it?
I mean that's just a personal failing for having the wrong terms in there. But no, if I had a playlist for Spore, and then I had Spore in the title for like another game, it would.
But that's what I meant by Guild Wars and Star Wars. Wars being the common word.
Yeah, but when I like put together the auto playlist thing, I have it as Star Wars. So it would be very rare for a Guild Wars video to show up in that unless I'm really, really goofy dumb about how I set it up.
So what you're saying is if it was a shorter title.
Exactly.
Huh. I wonder how this is going to sound.
I guess actually an easy way to put it would be if, and I might have even done this, is having Atelier Ryza. You know, maybe for the first game I just put Atelier Ryza as the playlist term. But
then you would have Atelier Ryza 2 and all the 2 stuff would start going into Atelier Ryza.
Yeah, I've had that happen a couple of times, like with Risk of Rain, where sequels would just end up in the wrong video. I think I was good about it this time around, but still.
If you ring that, won't it attract monsters? Beefy! It's okay. We can deal with that when it happens. Okay, here goes nothing.
I'm sorry. They just whoop.
It's magical. It just attaches itself.
Well,
it floats into the
Look at that giant thing that they installed up there somehow.
It's so loud.
It sure is, but it doesn't seem like it did anything. I guess the knights get back up.
Yeah, those guys who are lying there now that I don't recall them being there before.
There
they?
was definitely armor. I just don't remember if it was ever that intact. Because that's
Maybe
very Hanna-Barbera, where it's just like, look at this very overt like monster that's lying on the ground.
I think maybe there were the statues before.
Yeah.
See? You got all scared over nothing. You are the one who is too reckless, Miss Ryza.
Yep, there was a clank.
We fought these guys before. This is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Of course you're eating.
Oh.
Stop with those maple cookies.
Oh.
I know they're awesome, but I know they're so good. It's, for reference, they're from Trader Joe's and they're these...
Trader Joe's sponsor me. The armor moved.
It's little maple cookies with maple syrupy taste.
See, I told you. No point to complain about it now. It's time to fight.
Oh man, look at these things.
Living armor.
Ryza, do you not remember fighting them before? They weren't even a special enemy. They were just some mook. It's like, I don't know. We've talked about this before, wanting more of a feeling of permanence between, or like in an RPG.
You're just playing with one hand. Why are you just lazing?
Because, I don't know, this is like mad easy. We're way over leveled.
But we were saying what? What about permanence?
Oh, how... I guess she is pretty casual about this, but like, Tao and Ryza should just absolutely be like, we fought these guys before, like, who cares? And like, Patricia should just be panicking nonstop.
Is it over?
I think so. That was very surprising. I mean, I guess they are kind of very casual about this.
I'm really sorry, Patty. I let my guard down, and you almost paid for it.
Never mind, they're not casual enough.
No, it's all right. No one could have expected the armor to get up and start moving around.
Except for us who have fought these things before.
Huh?
Is it Lent time or Hatman?
Who's going to intervene? No! Did she actually got hit? Wait, she's falling over the edge?
Patty! Wait, but they were like in the center of the platform.
Wait, is Fee just... Oh, yeah, there, go. Go, Fee. Oh, it was just the final strike.
Patty!
Patty!
Oh, so Fee is just trying desperately to hold on and flap their way up.
Eh?
Fee!
Way to go, Fee!
Fee!
Just a little further, and I can reach you.
Just a little bit more, Fee. You can do it. Fee!
Fee is
muscle wings.
pretty powerful.
Patty, are you hurt?
Patty, are you okay? That was amazing, Fee.
Are you okay, Patty? Talk to me. I almost called her Potty.
I fell off the cliff.
Huh. Just thinking about accidentally misspeaking that name. How have I never done that to my mother? 30 years and I've never accidentally called her that.
But then again, I've never heard it with an Y at the end either.
True. I also don't actually say her first name very often.
You? I thought you were always the ones who called adults by their first names, at which point my parents would say, no, you're supposed to refer to people as Mr. and Mrs.
It felt weird with my parents. I'd just go with mom and dad.
Well, obviously. Okay, I already said this.
It actually took me a bit to remember.
I'm really sorry, Fee. You put your life at risk because of me. Hey.
I'm glad you're okay, Patty, but I certainly did not expect that. Who knew tiny little Fee would risk himself like that to help?
Maybe he felt that. Saving a precious friend is worth any kind of effort. Thank you for saving Patty, Fee. Fee, thank you. You saved my life. You are a great friend.
Oh, okay. This camera angle is just a little weird. I think she's holding it.
Yeah.
It just looks odd.
I think she is holding him.
Like, I think Fee isn't actually close to her. I think they just juxtaposed it closer to the camera.
Well, the other thing, too, is maybe this is also... Maybe they designed this so that she would have had her overcoat. Maybe it would have looked more natural then.
Maybe.
Fee!
The question now is, were those suits of armor the only things that the bell sound had an effect on?
What do you mean?
Okay, I gotta stop for a second. This place would be bong,
Bong,
bong, bong. Like,
everything would be
just
rumbling.
Uber bells swinging with gusto in the background. It should be thunderous. Everybody should be just like covering theirs. It's like, this sucks. That sound must have carried through the entire place. Do you think that's the only effect it had? Maybe those creatures were just the gatekeepers, and there are even more weird things just waiting for us.
Well, no point in thinking about that right now. We'll just have to take a look out for ourselves.
Yeah, I guess that's the easiest option. Can you move now, Patty? We really need to get going.
Now, never mind the fact that she had just fallen off the cliff, but didn't she also get slashed by a sword?
She did. Maybe it was dull. Maybe just anime logic. I mean, how often in any of these games do you actually see the character get, like, injured? Or is it just like the, injured?
I think it really depends on the type of injury. I find that in a lot of fiction, they can get away without, showing gore or any external injuries with just, if it was with magic, maybe there's some kind of weird burn marks, or there's the implication that they were shocked.
Or if it's Dragon Age, they're covered in blood. But, like, you never actually see a character with a wound.
In
it'd
be a lot
pretty
to model.
much any game. Yeah.
Then again, there are games that are just completely focused around the type of damage that you can do, specifically to zombies.
Yeah.
And things of that
but
nature.
But never on the protagonists. Like, you're not going to have a zombie survival game where if your character gets bitten, you have, like, the chunk missing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's in part plot armor. Then again, we could also go back to Dragon Age and have the whole blood everywhere. Because, it's always impressive when you see a character traveling throughout the game, and you would think that they'd get dirtier and dirtier.
Yeah.
But
I really look forward to more games potentially having that. Like an actual visual effect of the game's events on the main character.
Wouldn't it be cool if someone fell into some muck in a swamp, and you didn't necessarily always have to do that, but let's say you just happened to. Would you come out with a little bit of green algae and it sticks with you the rest of the game? Like a green stain?
Like, a number of games obviously have it that, like, if you go through water, you look wet. And I think Uncharted
but it dries off.
Had it that your clothes actually would look wet. Not just kind of like the dark shimmery, but it actually, like, would cling to the character differently. But
well, we'll see.
Yes. I'm sorry I made you worry. I'm all right now. That's good. Then let's go.
Aim strike.
My eyes are very dry. I always take a shower
Have we
after
been
waking up.
to this
Yeah,
place?
we've been here before.
Wait, but I thought we just opened a door. Aren't we going to go
did.
through it?
We're going to said door.
Mm-hmm. I don't... Were those crystals there before?
That? Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, but the armor was not.
There's a bunch of armor. Ooh. Purple recolors with horns on the sides.
Fancy. Time to beat the snot out of it. Ghost armor.
Are they a little beefier?
They are actually not weak. They're still pretty weak, though. Like, this is not a JRPG for challenge. At least when you play the way we've been playing, which is do everything. I'm sure if we hadn't been collecting stuff and leveling up and leaving every single time my inventory filled up.
It must be so embarrassing that no one has unlocked the secrets of these ruins for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
But was it all dependent on having Fee?
No. Not yet, at least.
Well, I thought that Fee helped open up the previous set of ruins, right?
Yeah. But, like, for this one, all they had to do was just fix a bell. Anybody could have done that. Also, honestly, if you had proper climbing gear, you 100% could have gotten around the barrier. Or not even just climbing gear. Like...
Ooh, there's a ghost, but you can also fight more. Oh.
This is... The gate's open. Wasn't it closed before?
Maybe that ringing bell was the key to opening the gate?
I'm not sure it was thanks to Fee and the compass.
Oh, wait, I'm sure it was. Sorry.
I'm sure it was thanks to Fee and the compass, Miss Ryza. Yeah, I guess that's true.
But the path is opened up. Let's get going. Like, you know, obviously, thanks to the compass, but anybody with sufficient, like, mining or explosive, or, like, mining tools or explosives, probably could also pop that open with limited issues.
Yeah, but that's the thing about using explosives, though, is that you risk damaging everything, or perhaps causing the entirety of the cave to come in.
But think of, like, archaeology, like, our own archaeological...
I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people that destroyed
absolutely
priceless artifacts trying to break into things.
But I'm saying that it's weird that didn't happen in this universe. That everybody just looked at these runes and said,
We'll leave it alone. Sometimes they explain it with the place is cursed, or any who venture there dies. So, but it's hard to think that a bunch of kids would be better combatants than trained soldiers.
Yep.
Even if one of them is equipped with some kind of magic.
But, like, Tao had magic in the last one. Ryza being an alchemist is, you know, unusual, but still not that ridiculous. Either that or, yeah, alchemists are just grossly overpowered in this universe. And that... I feel like there needs... And maybe this is actually explored in some of the other Ryza games. Or not Ryza games. Atelier series. But... Like, either the protagonists are especially powerful for some reason, or...
They can craft something that can't be replicated by others.
I feel like after a certain point, a society would notice, like, hey, these kids are strong. Like, there's something about, like, these specific people that lets them go into ruins, fight monsters, kill dragons, and
You're not
like,
gonna talk to the ghost? Or
we already did.
We already did talk to that
Yeah.
ghost to find out the riddle of the door. Okay. Ooh, sliding down.
Apparently. Kind of like superpowers. Like, you totally think after a certain point, if, like, you suddenly had, say, like, a bunch of teens in San Francisco who can fly and chuck cars around, like, the powers that be would... Why are you looking at me?
You know why.
What? No, I...
You're just saying a little frequently.
Oh. But the powers that be would absolutely step in and try and legislate or control in some way, shape, or form.
And that is what occurred with X-Men, correct? Weren't there instances... Oh, wait. Even in Civil War, there was a registry,
Yeah.
correct? Okay.
Yeah, that specifically within the Marvel comics, for whatever reason, the government was always... Like, they had S.H.I.E.L.D. and S.W.O.R.D., but it was always kind of more of a supervisory role, but rarely actually stepped in any kind of substantive manner. But then they had...
There was definitely a global distrust of superhumans and metahumans because
Yeah.
they...
But it
were
was
so-
also kind of the standard hero worship of, like, only they can save us. And so it wasn't as big of a deal. But,
Especially when you start to get enemies and opponents that are on a extraterrestrial scale.
but the thing about the registry is effectively a superhero with nuclear powers. Effectively blew up a town. In, like, a really, really basic, I guess, kerfluffle. Oh, shoot. So it was like just a absolute street grade crime.
I thought something like that happened in... There was a DC comic called... Was it Kingdom Come? Where the Justice League was aged. They were probably into their 40s
Yeah.
or 50s or even older. In the case of Batman, he looked absolutely ancient. But then again, he was always wearing a neck brace and such, I suppose. Unlike the Superman and, Wonder Woman, individuals that were physically superhuman, he eventually got battered to the point of needing to be in... I don't know if he was in a wheelchair. Maybe he was. Or maybe he needed assistance with even walking. But it had come to the point where younger generations of superheroes were getting violent. And they didn't have the same codes and values as the older generations. And that... humans were questioning whether or not they wanted them about.
And so that was kind of what happened with Civil War, is that effectively this guy blows up the town, and suddenly it's like, do we actually want this? And so the government kind of made a superhero registry saying, to be a legal superhero, you have to register here.
Was it to be a superhero, or was it just to acknowledge that you have powers so that you aren't hiding it from everyone and can unleash it
Bit
at
of a
any
couple of
moment?
things. So one, it was to track who had major powers. What's a good example? If your special power is you can jump high, no one cares. But if your special power is can level cities, people care and will.
What about mind control?
Well, yeah, and so that was kind of the point of it, that the goal of the registry was to keep track of, who is actually capable of causing these big disasters and to regulate them in some way. And so if you have really high-level powers, I think straight up were like, you either had to go in for training or it was kind of like a forcible recruitment thing. But to legally do like vigilante stuff, you know, fight crime, fight villains, you had to be on the registry. And so that was a big deal for a lot of people. But the other thing is, it kind of required you to not have a secret identity, which was a big issue for Spider-Man.
But wait, I thought that he was on Stark's side, though.
He was on both, interestingly enough.
I suppose I'm only referring... I'm familiar with the comics, but I've only read... Well, I've only seen the film and I think read the tail end of the comics.
So the comics are... So the movie was slightly different than compared to the comics.
I suppose they made the... Oh, it's the Smith.
Huh? Oh, Ryza. Hello there. What brings you here today?
It looks like you're not quite so busy today.
Huh? What do you mean?
I stopped by before and you didn't even notice me. I didn't want to bother you, so I just left.
Really? Sorry about that.
It's okay. I get like that myself sometimes.
Oh, because of her alchemy, perhaps? Or just being surrounded by folks?
Yeah, same here. Sometimes it feels like your sense of time completely disappears when you're really concentrating, doesn't it?
Oh, maybe for the alchemy itself.
Totally. I'll start a project in the morning and next thing I know, it's pitch black outside. Yeah, same thing happens when I get really into one of my books.
Sometimes I'll decide to do a little work before bed, and before I know it, the sun is coming up.
Yeah. And it makes me feel better knowing everyone else is like that. I am painfully aware of the passage of time.
No, I think it's just you three.
That or she's not allowed to have hobbies.
Just finishes with whatever her work is. Okay, sit there, Patty. Sit there and stare and think about what you've done.
I ask myself that sometime. What do people who aren't engrossed in crafts or media, what do they do with themselves?
Watch TV, movies.
Well, that's media.
Oh. Hiking. Writing, reading. Though I guess reading is still media.
Those are hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
I would consider that hobby. Books are part hobby, part
I think
media.
For the most part, anybody that doesn't get engrossed in some kind of creative hobby usually gets engrossed in the product of a
creative hobby.
Or sports.
Yeah, sports and physical activity are one of the outliers when it comes to... Yeah, this is something you can partake in.
I would say that, like, kind of the end result of sports is much the same as a lot of creative hobbies, where it is...
I suppose it could
it's
be a
effectively
hobby.
entertainment for somebody else.
Mm-hmm. And I suppose, you would have... Cooking can be someone's hobby.
Yeah.
And baking.
I mean, even basic stuff like, renovations.
Right. But those are... I think all of those are creative. They're an act of creation.
True.
But I'm wondering, what if there aren't crafty people?
Well, I mean, then they consume. But after a certain point...
Crafters and consumers.
You just run out of things to do. Like, depending on how limited your scope of activities for creative work consumption, like, when do you just run out of activities in general in life and you just stare at a wall? Like, I'm sure there's a couple of people that just, like, finish whatever they're doing for the day and then, they just zonk out and do nothing. But I would say they're probably rare exceptions as opposed to...
Then again, I think, maybe there's there's media for everyone.
Yeah. Or a hobby for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
That the likelihood of finding somebody that truly gains no enjoyment out of making or consuming anything, I guess the last answer would be like drinking and socialization. You know?
Drinking and socialization is probably another. I don't know if I'd call it a hobby, but I know that there are people that yes, they really enjoy socialization to the point where it is what they partake and consume. You can't necessarily consume social interaction. I suppose it would be a hobby. Can talking be a hobby?
Yeah.
I suppose talking can be a hobby. Something I haven't pondered before.
I mean, this is not too far off of talking being a hobby.
At the same time, we're playing something.
But like a podcast?
Nah, no, that's true too.
Podcast, radio show.
But the thing is, that's a hobby, but you're also producing something. What if there are people that partake in a hobby and never
Well, I mean, there used to be like, what are they called?
I suppose your hobby is just as valid whether or not you share it. That's true.
Yeah.
I might have to be like that for a while. I don't want to share my artwork after it was stolen so often. Urgh. Just keep it to myself.
Okay. Where is this? We're looking for Carissa. Okay, there we go. I actually have to deliver this to a person.
Was this the miner's wife?
Yeah. Never bought anything from any of these shops here.
Is that a fluffy tail from what? A bunny or something?
Oh, it's an accessory. Yeah.
That guy's shirt's cool. You don't really see asymmetrical shirts.
Yeah.
Like that.
Anyway.
I'm counting on you, Ryza. I need that item so my husband can come home sooner.
Bombs!
Oh wait, I had given her a slightly older voice. Okay.
Kusaressa, I brought something for you. This should help your husband finish up that mining work faster. What is it? It's a bomb. Just blow up the mountain and the mining will finish in no time. I was expecting a potion to turn a person into iron so that they could dig faster, but this is even better.
Wait, turn a person to iron?
But where did you come up with that idea? Thank you so much. I'll give it to a family friend who just returned from the mountain for more supplies. Oh, but it's really powerful, so please tell them to be extremely careful with it. Okay. I don't like that little squiggly thing afterwards.
I realize this isn't that kind of game, but this absolutely feels like the kind of thing that we just gave bombs to, like, you know, anti-royalists or something there to take down the king.
I don't know. It seems very, very irresponsible for her to hand
Make
explosives
bombs
to someone and then not demonstrate how to properly implement them. And
yeah, I have to wonder what it is she thinks I actually do.
We're not going to get requests from the miners, are we? What's the one hungry girl quest?
No idea. It just popped up. We also have to go kill a slime, so...
Mm-hmm. What manner of slime?
I don't know. Sorry, not what... I do actually know. It's the big pony.
Big pony.
Yeah, it just pops up. I also just have to kill ponies. Like, just the blue variety. There's a number of things that require blue pony slime, and well, we don't kill enough just regular blue ponies to get pony bits.
Whenever I see ponies, I feel like I want to make Jell-O. Jello that is maybe put into semicircle molds so that they look like little poony slimes.
You just stick googly eyes on it and done.
You have to give them bright pink cheeks. Little smiley faces. That would be disturbing, though.
Yeah. It'd be hard to eat.
You're very beautiful, but I'm sorry. I need you for my synthesis.
I noticed that she apologizes to every living thing that she ends up collecting.
Well.
And even inanimate objects, too.
I like it how this giant blue pony is just surrounded by bones.
Those are the bones of its victims.
It's kind of dark.
It digested all the flesh off of them. Bones are just a little too much. It's akin to owls and their pellets. They just regurgitate the bones and the fur. That must look disgusting. I wonder how they form a pellet.
I mean, I think it just gets stuck.
Well, what I'm wondering is, they tend to only eat one mouse at a time, first off. But is their stomach a washing machine where it swirls it all around, gets all the soft tissue off, and then the fur... I always thought pellets had a weird cocoon around them, but the cocoon is actually just the fur.
Yeah.
So the fur mixes around the bones and kind of seals it like a caterpillar cocoon, and then maybe it sloshes around to the point where it's cohesive enough that the owl can kind of upchuck it.
I mean, you could look this up.
I should look it up at some point.
I'm sure there is all sorts of details.
That's just my hypothesis.
Not exactly in the same vein. Really? What? Oh.
What's in the same vein?
I randomly stumbled upon videos getting way too into detail about elephant seals mating.
What?
Yeah.
Why were you looking at elephant seals?
I just popped up and I was like, you know what? I just gotta watch this. And the answer is, well, I didn't get to see anything, but...
I know that they're really violent. That's for sure. But male elephant seals, they will trample each other and even their females and offspring to fight.
Yeah, but this is fighting. No, this is the actual active, like, mating process. And the answer is, it's just kind of sad looking.
It doesn't help that they're giant lumps of blubber.
Yeah, they're just blob monsters. Like, I could see it being halfway graceful with certain aquatic mammals, but, them? Mm-mm.
Well, I'm assuming this is also happening on the beach as opposed to in the water, right?
Yeah.
I really don't want to imagine this.
I had to, so now you two get to imagine it.
Unfortunately, I'm just getting the image of worms or slugs.
It's not too far off.
And how they just happen to slide next to each other and that's it.
Okay. This absolutely would not work. Have you ever thought of, like...
Climbing vines?
Yeah.
Especially if they're fresh vines. If they're long, dead, and dried out vines that are sturdy enough, maybe. But live vines? I don't think they'd be able to carry over 100 pounds. Depends on the vine, of course, but definitely not creeping ivy.
Okay, try number 2. Let's see where this hungry girl is.
Question is, what does she want to eat?
I don't know. She's in a really weird and kind of inconvenient location. Ooh, Emperor Uni.
The Emperor Umi.
Okay, she's
Up
she's
there?
up there. Yeah.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, is it?
Oh, you're Rumi's, Rook, right? Is everything okay? Miss Ryza, I'm so hungry I can't move anymore. What? Are you alright? Do you want me to get you something? Thank you, if you wouldn't mind. Got it.
What does she want?
Food.
What kind of food?
Just food.
Don't you have food on you?
Nope. Not enough, anyway. Okay, which zone is this? Forest of Beginnings.
And what did we have to craft for boss?
I don't think we had the... I don't think we have it yet.
We still don't have the capability to. Okay.
Yeah. We don't have much for food. Let's see. Skill tree. How much do we have? We got a lot. Alright, let's see if I can learn how to make actual edible. Well, there's healing chips.
What's that?
Gunpowder,
the
plant
seeds?
seeds, energencia, feather draft.
Recipes, nectar.
Oh,
Fishing.
we can make the fishing rod.
Mm-hmm.
Missed that. Okay, so we can't get that. Where's the thing that increased our... Oh, it's there. Okay, so I think I probably just need to make a bunch of honey.
The honey is
Probably.
down there, isn't it? There's Mystic Robe, nectar. What is nectar?
I'm assuming... I think it's a healing item. Let's see. Might as well just grab these. Yeah, I'll just see if I can make anything that is food related. Either that or we swing by the merchants. We almost never
Mm,
buy anything.
That's true. You could probably buy food. Or you could always catch bugs.
Or... Did we actually equip the fishing rod? We did not, because we haven't made one yet.
Mhm.
Okay, fishing rod.
Here's the fishing rod.
Nice fishing. Okay. That's a descriptor. Let's see. Go for gathering up. I don't think this is going to be...
Might not be a stellar fishing rod, but...
Yeah.
Oh, wait. What's that bug?
It just wants a bug.
Okay. Do we have any blue bugs? The grubbins?
Yeah, we got a couple.
Or the worm?
Let's see. Gathering up M. I think all of these are just singleton. Oh, here we go. Tough log. Was that not it? Wait, hold up. Oh, there it is. There we go.
Oh, it wants another bug. Oh, nope. That's all you have for now?
Supersonic fishing rod. Let's go to killing sheep.
What? No.
Unfortunately, a lot of these traits are purely for combat and not really that helpful for gathering tools.
Now I've got a fishing rod. This place seems to have lots of nice fishing spots. I wonder what I'll catch.
Fresh.
Fish. Okay. Try your luck.
So that might count as food.
Though, wouldn't you have to cook it still?
Maybe.
That's adventuring tool.
Oh, it's an adventuring tool as opposed to a gathering tool.